days in a city that never sleeps. Temples, street food, markets, nightlife. Welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. Many people will fly into Bangkok and make it just a quick stop, but it ended up being one of our favorite cities during our trip, and we'll show you why. We're going to take you along to explore some of the most iconic parts of Bangkok so you can plan your next trip. Today we're flying Turkish Airlines, which actually flies to more countries than any airline on Earth. It holds the Guinness World Record for connecting the highest number of nations.
Good evening from Boston. We're taking our first flight into Istanbul, and then from there, after 6 hours, we're flying out to Bangkok. So that should be fun and long.
We got some slippers, socks, eye mask, a nice little bag, toothbrush and toothpaste, a pillow, and a blanket. They ended up having good entertainment and really good food, so time did go by quick on the long flight. We made it to Istanbul Airport in Turkey, and we're here for about 6 hours for our layover until we get to Bangkok. And it is a huge airport. It's almost like a mall inside the airport. And the one thing we noticed is things are very expensive. So we'll show you some of the prices. We've been to many airports and the prices here definitely surprised us. On the way back, we ended up grabbing food at the Bangkok Airport to take with us. We spent some time window shopping and exploring before our next flight. Nothing prepares you for Bangkok until you're here. Finally made it to Bangkok Airport, and it was about 19 hours of just travel time flying, and then we spent 6 hours in Istanbul. Now we're going to go exchange money at some of the best rates. So you take the escalators all the way down to the basement level, or the B level, and then they have the exchange places that are supposed to have the best exchange rates all the way at the lower level. It's near the airport rail link. So we got our shuttle from Klook. We got a small discount from there by just signing up, and it was only $25 for 2 people. Pretty good deal. And this is where we're headed, Chillax Heritage Hotel in the United States. Getting from the airport to downtown Bangkok can take anywhere from 40 minutes to over an hour depending on traffic. And Bangkok traffic is definitely a thing. We made it to our hotel close to Khao San Road and the Chao Phraya River. We'll introduce you to our room for the next few days. Got a nice, beautiful bed, TV, bathroom, we got a fridge, mirrors, and a view of a wall. And there's this huge, ginormous bathtub. We ended up staying in a similar location on the way back because of the easy access to the nightlife on Khao San Road and the river to get to different locations. Hotels in Bangkok are very reasonably priced. The first hotel was about $70 per night, and the second one was about $90 per night for us. Both hotels we ended up loving, and you can add on breakfast for $5 to $7 per night. of getting around, so download the Grab app. That was the taxi service, which isn't always the quickest when you're trying to get around Bangkok and the city areas, but it's definitely the cheapest and feels like the safest. And you can't drive motorbikes here unless you have insurance and an international license, so I wouldn't even recommend renting something like that unless you buy both of those things.
We did see the police pull over quite a few tourists that were on the motorbikes. You can also use the Grab app to request a motorbike ride.
So in terms of transportation, we think probably the Grab app is the best. If you're near the river, you can take the riverboat, 16 baht, to cop around to different parts on the river. So like the mall area, Icon Siam, or Asiatique, you can get to from the river. The tuk-tuks are fun, but they're a little more expensive, and they can also, sadly, they can scam you. We fell for one of the scams here that was a little bit funny.
We'll tell you that story later in the video. There's also the SkyTrain, which runs above the city. This is a good way to bypass traffic. We're hungry, we need some food, so we're gonna go search for something to eat.
Our first meal in Thailand, and we just stopped at a cafe right across the street because we're still tired and getting used to the 12-hour difference. So we'll show you our food. I got some really good looking raviolis, and we got some sweet potato fries and smoked salmon bagel with avocado, all for 23 bucks. Not bad. We decided to just go with the cafe across the street because we're a little bit tired, but we are going to get some Thai food later. The river right now is very high and the current is really strong.
The Chao Phraya River has long been integral to Bangkok. For us, this was one of the fastest ways to get around the city. Staying near the river, you'll find many of the temples, quiet neighborhoods, river ferries, and some of the city's most important landmarks.
We booked a half-day tour with Big Country Tours, and they took us over to the railroad market and then the floating market. And you can buy some stuff, walk around. It's really pretty. That was actually a very cool tour. It started around 8, and then we got back to our hotel by 3.
We paid $33 per person for this tour. Our guide was knowledgeable and funny, sharing great facts, including that Bangkok holds the Guinness World Record for the longest city name. I'll let him be the one to pronounce it for you.
To be used, yeah. กรุงเทพมหานครอมรรัตนโกสินทร์มหินทรายุทธยมหาดีลกพบนพรัตนราชธานีบุรีรมย์อุดมราชนิเวศมหาสถานอมรพิมานอวตารสถิตสักกทัตติยะวิษณุกรรมประสิทธิ์ So that's it. The Guinness Book Record that Thailand has the capital city with the longest name in the world. Yeah.
Exploring Mae Klong Market, so we'll take you along.
So in the market, you can walk all the way down on the train tracks. They have a million little shops, and the prices aren't too bad. You can haggle. So you walk down on the tracks and you can get all the way up to the end, to the station and the river. The train comes from Bangkok and then ends here.
About 30 minutes prior to the train arrival, you should start thinking about where you want to stand or sit.
You buy some food or a drink, you can sit and get a good view of the train coming in.
We chose a small food location, got some smoothies, and had some great seats.
20 minutes.
As it gets closer, you start to see people rushing to get spots.
Starting to clean up.
There comes the train. What is that? Let me say hi to.
Here comes the train.
Oh, it looks good on their camera.
So wide.
After the train leaves, everything opens right back up. They do this 8 times a day. After the train, we got back on the bus for our next stop. We made it to the floating market. This is one of Thailand's most famous floating markets. Vendors will sell fresh fruit, local dishes, handmade goods directly from their boats. The tour includes a 20-minute boat ride through the canal waterways, giving you a closer look at life along the canals and gives you the opportunity to buy some food or souvenirs. Or you could buy a beer. After the boat ride, you get to walk around and do a bit more shopping. I highly recommend you try this dish. Before you leave, you have to grab some food at the market as well. The prices were good and the food was delicious. Our guide even left us with a beautiful farewell song.
A lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Thank you.
In terms of tipping, so it's not really expected that you have to tip, but I think it's nice to do. We try to tip on all of our tours, like 200 for our guide and then 100 for our driver. Some people just kind of walked away without tipping at all, but consider it. I mean, the tours are really good and they take all day, so it seems like a lot of work to put this all together, and our guides so far, all of them have been great.
Next up, we have to check out the infamous Bangkok nightlife.
out of the hotel onto Khao San Road, and we're grabbing some food at a place called Buddy Beer. And the atmosphere is great. They have live music and beautiful lighting. Some veggie spring rolls, vegetarian curry. And we got some stir-fried veggies and shrimp. Little guy. Like the shrimp?
If you're wondering whether the food in Thailand is really spicy, most places will ask for your spice level. And the food is incredibly cheap, often around $3 to $5 per meal at a restaurant. We spent a lot of time on the adjacent street, Soi Rambuttri. Although it's right next to Khao San Road, it has a very different feel. It's more laid back, cozy. The streets are lined with trees and hanging plants, and the lighting stays low and very warm. You can hear live music drifting through the streets, and it makes for a very romantic vibe. But of course you have to go right next door and check out Khao San Road. It's loud, colorful, and packed with people from all over the world. They have street food everywhere, shops where you can buy clothes or souvenirs, bugs if you're feeling brave, and so many people trying to pull you into the infamous ping pong shell.
Mango sticky rice for 50 baht.
You cannot visit Thailand without trying the mango sticky rice.
Just relax for a little while, trying to reset, and now we're gonna go get some massages.
Another must-do in Thailand is to get a massage. They have numerous offerings: upper, lower, feet, traditional Thai. And for us, it was only about $6 for a 30-minute massage. Needless to say, we got multiple massages. After enjoying a relaxing massage, we need to find a place with a view. This road can get very busy at night. We ended up finding a rooftop bar with an incredible view of the city, live music, and an incredible place to watch Bangkok's drone shows, which usually run specific dates, November to December.
I just couldn't give it up. And all the time you said you wanted me, when you know we don't get along like we used to. Went along with everything you said and done for me. You'll never love me now, but you'll never know. You got me so bad, you make it all slow down, not getting closer, you're killing me. You thought it's over, I'm waking alone now, not getting closer.
After an exciting night, we are ready for bed. Good night.
Good morning. Today we are going to go check out all the temples, and then we are going to hop on the hop-on, hop-off bus called the Elephant Tours bus and check out all the most popular sites in the downtown Bangkok area. And this is our hotel rooftop with a beautiful pool, and then you get an overlook of the city, and at night we can grab a drink and watch the sunset.
For each of our hotels, they offered an optional buffet breakfast, which we took advantage of because the food was just so good. We finished up our delicious breakfast, and now it's time to go explore the temples.
Some interesting fun facts we learned about Thailand. There's 400,000 monks in Thailand, like a huge portion of the population. A lot of the males will go through and become monks because it brings prestige and a good luck to the family. So a lot of them will, even if they don't stay a monk forever, they'll go through and do the training. And there's just a large portion of monks. You see them out and about too, just kind of walking around, getting offerings.
In Bangkok alone, there's approximately 400 Buddhist temples, and in Thailand, over 40,000. We're headed to one of the most popular temples, Wat Arun. We're on the commuter ferry headed to Wat Arun, and it was only 16 baht to take this ferry, and it is so much fun. It's the commuter time, so there's just so many people on and off, and it goes pretty fast. The money they use is the Thai baht. It's actually very pretty and colorful. I would say also consider keeping your coins because you actually can use them. We used our coins not only for the express boat, but also for bathrooms. The exchange was about $3 for 100 baht. When you take these boats, you have to be ready for your stop. Many passengers hop on and off with impressive agility as the boat barely pauses at the pier. You also go past some major landmarks including Icon Siam, the Grand Palace, Wat Arun, and Chinatown. So you can get to the major spots and get a scenic tour. So if you take the express boat, you get off at Wat Arun, the stop, and then you take a ferry across for 5 baht. So don't make the mistake we did, and we went all the way down and then rode it back, which was also fun. But you can just get off right at straight across when you see the temple. Headed to Wat Arun. Only 5 baht to cross over to Wat Arun. You get your tickets for 200 baht each to Wat Arun. So let's go. Oh wow. Look at that. Wat Arun. It's so pretty. Look at the architecture and the colors. The art here is so beautiful. And so are the plants. They have like little lily pads here. Wat Arun is also known as the Temple of the Dawn, and it was built in 1656. This is also a place of worship for local Buddhists and monks, so you can see them kind of like around the grounds and worshiping and praying. Before you enter any of the buildings, you have to take your shoes off. You also should be fully covered, your shoulders and your knees. They did have shawls that you could rent to put over your shoulders if you forget. Another tip that our guides gave us was that women shouldn't be trying to sit too close or try to hug monks. We did see several tourists try to hug or touch the monks. We can walk all the way around and get some beautiful views. So you can just walk around the grounds. You can take your time. Probably takes like not even an hour if you wanted to do it quickly, but you can just kind of sit and relax. Kind of fun. There were students and they come interview you and just to, I think, learn English, and they give you just like a little pin keychain. It was cute. They even have a little market that you can buy stuff. You can also grab a coffee, matcha. We finished with the Wat Arun temple. It is beautiful. The architecture is so pretty. They have beautiful sculptures and the gardens are really nice. They did a great job just with the upkeep of the temple, and you can take about 2 hours, just walk around, get to see the sights. There are a lot of people dressed up. You can pay extra to like dress up in traditional Thai dress, and then you can get your pictures taken and take pictures with your family. And after we finished with Wat Arun, now we are grabbing some food in a little place just right across the water. We came in and the menu looks really good. They have some vegetarian options, so we're gonna get some food. Already started digging in, but I got some veggie, basil, stir fry, mango sticky rice, spring rolls.
Nice refreshing Singha beer, just to keep us cool because it's quite warm here. And
So the Singha Thai beer, it's actually pretty good. I'm not a big like light beer person, but this one has a nice refreshing flavor. So for the weather, we're here in December and it is quite hot. It wasn't too bad in the morning and it's not bad when you're on the water, but just walking around it gets hot in the 80s.
We decided to try a deal on Klook for the hop-on, hop-off bus.
We paid $28 per person for a 48-hour pass for the hop-on, hop-off bus. It hits all the main points of Bangkok and some of the most popular tourist attractions and temples. You can just kind of get off, spend time, and then jump on the next bus. They're supposed to come every like 35 minutes, but with traffic, I'd say it's even longer than that. You probably might be waiting like an hour.
The bus was fun to ride one whole cycle around, but after that, between traffic and just difficulty trying to find the bus stops, It's really not worth it to try to hop on and off throughout the day. They do provide headphones and information for each of the stops. And since you're not going to have time to see all of the spots in Bangkok, it is nice to even just pass by and get some information. For example, we didn't get to stop in Chinatown, but we did get to drive through it, and that was a pretty cool experience, even with all the traffic.
It's Chinatown.
One of the stops on the bus is Khao San Road, so we hopped off the bus to head over to Soy Rambuttri for dinner.
This one's actually vegan pad thai with vegan pork. We got some veggie dumplings and a soy chicken soup. That looks so good. Good morning, day 3 in Bangkok, and we are up bright and early to try to catch some sunrise on the river. If you're a little bit jet lagged and you get up bright and early, you get to hear the sounds of the river and the frogs, the birds, and maybe catch sunrise and visit some of the temples without any people.
Most of the temples don't open until 8 a.m., but you can see them from the outside, and the streets are just beautiful when the sun is starting to rise. Welcome to Wat Pho.
For 300 baht, you can enter Wat Pho and walk around the temple. It's pretty big, so we'll show you some of the grounds.
Wat Pho is also known as the Temple of the Reclining Buddha. One of the highlights here is a massive reclining Buddha stretching 46 meters or 150 feet long. Right next door is the Grand Palace, which is 500 baht for entrance. It served as the official residence of Thai kings for over 150 years.
We grabbed a tuk-tuk trying to get to Lumphini Park, but he took us to the Golden Buddha or the Standing Buddha. So we're going to check that out and then head over to Lumphini Park. Trying to get over into Lumphini Park, and we got a tuk-tuk, and I think we got looped into a tuk-tuk tour, but it's been good so far. You get to see a lot of Buddhas, and he takes you around, and he said only 200 baht. Oh my gosh, these are scary. So we walk to the end of the dock and you can release fish and some frogs into the river, and it's supposed to be good luck. So one of the locals let me release a fish into the river with him, which was very sweet, and you're supposed to let go of any bad omens, like any bad will, with the fish. So we tried to take a tuk-tuk just to Lumphini Park, but the tuk-tuk driver tried to take us to all these different spots, and most of it is just, I think he gets like a sales commission. It was like silk and suits and stuff. The first two places were really cool, actually. He took us to a standing Buddha, a sitting Buddha, temple, and a place where you can like release fish for good luck at like a market. So that was kind of cool. And then afterwards he wanted to take us to like another market, and we just said just take us to the park. And overall, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was 200 baht, and he spent majority of the time kind of just taking us around, which was also fun because that was the first tuk-tuk experience that we've had. So overall, just be firm. If you want to just get to where you're going to get to, just say no and they'll take you straight where you need to go. If you make your way over to Lumphini Park, you can walk around. If you get near the water, there's these giant monitor lizards, and they're everywhere in the park. So you really don't have to go far to see a bunch of them, and just relax, kind of sit down and chill, enjoy the park. There's one literally right next to me, and I didn't even see. He just blends right in. Enormous monitor lizards all over Lumphini Park. You really don't even have to look that far. There's so many. You can come by the waterfront, check out Asiatique. They usually have a lot of shops open. We're here at like 11:30ish, and everything's pretty much closed, so maybe come later. We went here at night and everything was open. They have the Ferris wheel here that looks really nice in like the videos and photographs, that you can kind of see the city if you take it around. So that's something to do at Asiatique too. It's the waterfront Asiatique. This is where you catch your river cruise.
And our river cruise is going to be our next stop.
We're doing a river cruise tonight. So we're hanging out until our river cruise. You get to the pier, and there's a bunch of shops, lights, food, a ton of stuff to do. So I'd say getting here early if you want to just spend some time and explore. Something we ate though, we have a little bit of Bangkok belly, and it's not great.
It's really easy to board and check in for your river cruise. And now it's time for us to hop on ours.
buffet style. They have a lot of food, and then they have desserts there too. And they give you a welcome drink, an alcoholic, and then also a non-alcoholic one. And then they also give you dessert, so like ice cream bars. And so you get plenty of food and dessert and drinks. We have to sit on the floor because the water level is so high.
And don't touch the beach for your own safety. Thank you very much. So please everyone, you can make some noise together.
Oh! We're making it!
Yes, so please everyone don't move because the next one very seriously. Mind your head and don't touch the beach for your own safety. Tap please, lower than the football please. Alright, so please everyone mind your hand and don't touch the beach for your own safety. Alright, move to the ground.
Move to the ground.
Attention please, still move to the ground. Mind your
Oh my god, this one is low. Oh, we made it! Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
If you cannot move to the ground, you can go to the second desk for your own safety. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kindness. The experience option mind your hand and don't touch the beach for your own safety. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kindness.
Finished our river cruise, and that was so much fun. They make it very upbeat. The colors are amazing, and you go all the way down. You got two full hours on the river. They have music. The food was good. They had drinks you could buy. It was an awesome experience. We'll put the name of the one that we used, the company that we used, at the bottom here so that you can check that one out. Definitely would recommend it. It was about $50 per person, and we had the upper deck. We specifically requested the upper deck, and I would definitely recommend requesting that because you spend about an hour like just getting food and eating. So.
We spent the rest of the night checking out Asiatique. You get the night market, an open air mall, and you also get the Sky Ferris wheel. We're headed back to call it a night. Our next Bangkok destination is Icon Siam.
You can take the express boat and get off at Icon Siam, which is a really amazing mall. They have a ton of food, a little bit expensive for some of the souvenirs, but it's really cool just to check out.
While here, we grabbed some delicious mochi and a matcha. If you take the escalators to the upper floors, you can find all the brand name stores.
So we didn't get durian fresh fruit, but we tried these durian cookies, and we're not a huge fan of the flavor. So I don't know, anyone who's tried the real fruit, if it tastes any better than like maybe a durian cookie?
Durian is famous for its smell. Some people say it smells like gym socks or onions, which is why it's actually banned in many hotels and public transportation. We're headed back to our hotel for our last night.
If you don't feel like going out to eat, you can get some takeout, only 400 baht, and bring it back. We're leaving our last day in Bangkok. We got one last massage, a beautiful foot massage, got a beautiful dinner, and now we are headed
to Chiang Mai. That's our next stop, and you won't want to miss the beauty of this next video. Thanks for watching our Thai adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel videos.
I will be the last to leave. I won't say a word, just let you breathe. I won't make a sound, I won't slow you down. Knew we were on borrowed time, just a passing streak, nothing you would keep. I fell in too deep.